Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
How do you feel great on vacation? Like really good? Easy. You go to Aruba. You'll spend your time relaxing on cool white sand beaches and floating in healing blue water. You'll immerse yourself in natural wonder and find your center on an island where things move at your speed. You won't just feel great, you'll feel relaxed, renewed, and ready for life. That's the Aruba effect. Plan your trip at aruba.com.
I'm Dr. Wendy Hunter, and I'm the pediatrician next door. I'm that doctor friend you call for practical advice about your kid's health. I mix the science of medicine with the reality of parenting. Who hasn't considered moving to a more plant-based diet? You don't have to be vegan or vegetarian to benefit from adding more veggies, grains, and beans to your diet. In this week's episode, Dr. Yami Cazorla-Lancaster, better known as Dr. Yami, board-certified pediatrician and lifestyle medicine expert, answered questions about plant-based diets for kids. Two of the most common questions I hear from parents are how to navigate what kids eat when they're away from home. And that doesn't just apply to vegan or vegetarian kids. I mean, all kids eat stuff we don't want them to eat at birthday parties and sports practice. Here are some of Dr. Yami's tips and resources.
So say a family is strict vegan, they really don't want their child to have any animal products. One of the things that you can do is ahead of a party, ahead of the school celebration, is just kind of asking what's going to be provided. And then you provide a similar vegan plant-based option that your child can have at that celebration. The thing I would not recommend is telling the kid that they can't have any of those foods at all and they don't have any option, because that's really difficult on a child. And then of course it makes them feel like, why can't I have that? I want that. And then it can create a lot of issues there. So there's all kinds of different ways to approach it. But what I want parents to understand is it's inevitable, it's going to happen, and there's lots of celebrations in school and out of school that your child is going to be part of. So it's good ahead of time to kind of decide how you're going to approach those.
Where do you find recipes, information you can trust?
Yeah. So one of the best resources is this book, Nourish, and it's by Dr. Reshma Shah and Brenda Davis. Dr. Reshma Shah is a pediatrician. Brenda Davis is a long-term vegan dietitian. So it's very well researched, great resources. You know, even in there has more resources for you, goes through all the stages and different questions and concerns. So this is kind of like the feeding vegan children or plant-based children Bible is what I would recommend. And of course, there's lots of different cookbooks out there. If you have a baby or a toddler, there's several baby toddler plant-based cookbooks. I like Plant-Based Juniors. They're both dietitians and they focus on babies and toddlers. They have lots of great things on their websites. They have a book out and they have a supplement guide as well. So those are some great resources to just get you started.
Trader Joe's even has a vegan cookbook, and those recipes are embarrassingly easy. This does not have to be difficult. You don't have to go cold turkey and be vegan, because actually that would be cold tofurkey. A lot of families start with Meatless Monday just to have a chance to put some new recipes into their rotation. You can also replace some of your meat and dairy with other options throughout the week. This can be a transition. It doesn't have to be a huge switch all at once. The other concern parents often ask about is which supplements do their kids need? Is there something missing from a plant-based diet? We talked about protein in episode 65, but what else? The answer to this concern isn't exclusive to kids on a plant-based diet, though there are some special considerations. Are there any supplements that you think that people need to keep their eye on or consider taking?
Yes, for sure. So if you're going to go to a predominantly or completely plant-based diet, you absolutely need to supplement vitamin B12. Now, this is a vitamin that's actually created by microbacteria, okay? But there's a lot of confusion out there as far as where it comes from. Obviously, ruminants, so cows and animals that eat grass, they may consume these bacteria that end up in their gut, and then they make B12 and then it ends up in their muscle. So a lot of people think, oh, it comes from animal muscle. But the reality now is that because 99.9% of meat that people eat actually come from factory farms, these animals themselves have to be supplemented with B12. So they're getting B12 injections, okay? So I know that this whole argument of like, it's not natural, so it must not be good, is one of the arguments that comes out against having to supplement. But like I said, even the animals are having to be supplemented now. So it's very inexpensive. And for the B12, you can either get it as part of a multivitamin or by itself. And then if you feel like it's easier for you to supplement daily, then you can do a daily, at least 75 micrograms. Or if you're more of a once or twice a week sort of family, then getting one that's higher, like 500 to 1,000 micrograms per dose once or twice a week. It works better for my family if we just do it every day. So we just buy a vitamin that's made for plant-based eaters that has a good amount of B12 in there. Now, vitamin D is also important, but like I had mentioned earlier, there's a lot of supplements that I think are probably important for all children. I live in the Pacific Northwest. We're high latitude here. For a part of the year, we're just not going to get enough sunlight exposure. So vitamin D is an important one to consider to supplement as well for not just my plant-based patients, but my vegan patients. And then the third one would be omega-3 DHA. So we know that that's recommended for pregnant women, probably recommended for infants. There's not any good formal recommendations out there, but there's enough evidence to show that it probably is beneficial to supplement that one. And you can get it in liquid, you can get it in capsules, obviously capsules for the older kids that can swallow that. And I started recommending it for my omnivorous kids too, because the truth is they're just not eating anchovies and sardines and salmon. You know, if they're eating fish, it's fish sticks, which is probably low in omega-3, and probably the frying and all the processing of it probably, outweighs the benefits of eating those foods. So those three, B12, vitamin D, and omega-3 would be the minimum. And of course, there's other caveats depending on how you eat, but I would say that those are the most important at this time, in my opinion.
This can be a really fun change for your lifestyle. You know it's good for you. You can find links to the books mentioned, including Nourish and Plant-Based Juniors, and the best supplement brands in the link to my shop page. For more from the Pediatrician Next Door, find me on the web at pediatriciannextdoorpodcast.com. If you've got a question about the weird things kids do, send an email to hello@pediatriciannextdoorpodcast.com for a chance to hear your voice on the show. I'm Dr. Wendy Hunter, and I'm the Pediatrician Next Door. This show is produced by Red Rock Music. Make sure to subscribe and leave a review wherever it is you're listening. I'll be back next time with more.